Don't forget, if you want any more liquid refreshments before we start, back by the boutique where B is, please feel free to go get something. There are still some of the brownies available if you need that too. But I'd like to welcome Dancing in the Streets Arizona here tonight. Everybody, big hand. And I'd just like to give you just a very brief overview of Dancing in the Streets. It was founded in 2008 by the team, Celeste Lupu and Joseph Rogers, who met in ballet school in Tucson. And they had a very special mission to put this together. They wanted to produce high-quality dance performances, and that this would offer also a dance education program for people of all ages and all skill levels. And it's also about community engagement, offering an opportunity to everyone and anyone to be able to learn and have the quality teaching and dance. I'm going to pass it over now to Celeste, and she could tell you more about the actual Dancing in the Streets. But also, some of you already know Celeste and Joseph, right? Because they've been here before. So I'll just let you just explain a little more, but welcome to St. Francis.
Thank you so much for having us. And I'm Celeste, and this is my husband, Joseph. We met in ballet school, and our school's been open since 2008. This relationship with St. Francis was started by Joanna Miller, who was a parishioner who played in Civic Orchestra of Tucson, who was the orchestra for our Nutcracker. So that is how the relationship started with this church, and we've come several times. We are here now because we are getting ready to do a production of Cinderella. Well, we were invited, and we thank you for the wonderful food. We were not expecting to be fed. Thank you. And so we have some students here that are going to be doing just little excerpts of the ballet Cinderella. It is not the Disney Cinderella, it's the ballet Cinderella. As well as we have Alex, who is playing one of the ugly stepsisters. It is traditional in the ballet world for the stepsisters to be played by men. So this is still works in progress. So they're just little excerpts.
No, keep talking.
We're a 501c3 nonprofit. We're located in the city of South Tucson. We are the most diverse and inclusive ballet school in the city of Tucson. Cinderella is going to be historic for us because the two leading roles are African American ballet dancers classically trained. We have a guest artist coming in from Ballet, Arizona, Ethan Price, and our own homegrown Kayla Stogland, who's going to be doing Cinderella. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here tonight. We are just thrilled to be here, and we have cherished your support over the years. You parishioners have given us not just verbal support, you have given us financial support, you have come to see our shows. We are eternally grateful to everything you have done to support our organization.
Keep talking.
Well, this is a first because my husband is usually a non-stop talker.
No, I'm sorry, because you know why? You know what? It's funny because I've been seeing this bacon-wrapped burrito, and it's been on my mind for the longest time. And then so we're going down Ajo, and my wife said, "What's a bacon-wrapped burrito?" I was like, "Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?" So after this, I got a date with a bacon-wrapped burrito. So that's why I told her to keep talking, keep talking.
Well, I guess a little more history about Joey and I. We are natives of Tucson. And we met in ballet school, went separate directions around college. He left me first.
She left me.
No, he left me first. We kept in contact with each other, and we reunited in 1997. We got married in 2008. And with our wedding money, we started Dancing in the Streets. That was our seed money. Some of you may or may not know our founding... yes, you have a question?
I have a question. Earlier, your husband and I were talking about music back in the Midwest, in the Rust Belt. And what just came through to me in my scribble is the idea of has ballet had anything to do with legitimizing rap? The dance, not the rap lyrics, but the dance itself.
Well, let me tell you, there is something called hip play, which is a combination of ballet, classical ballet, trained dancers, and hip hop. And Joey knows the founder.
Yeah, his name is Homer Bryant. He resides out of Chicago, on the south end of Chicago. So what he did is, because you got Joffrey Ballet in Chicago. Everybody knows who Joffrey Ballet is. So for him to compete with Joffrey Ballet, he had to come up with an idea. So that's where he came up with the hip play, which is hip hop music with African Americans doing hip hop dancing on point. It's really incredible to see. So, yeah.
I think the mission of Dancing in the Streets Arizona is to sort of break the stereotype of our diverse and inclusive dancers. We want to show that the fine arts and classical arts is for everyone, not just those of a certain socioeconomic or skin tone. And so that's why we tend to stick to classical full-length ballets. We do not do competitions either. Those of you that have relatives that watch Dance Moms, that's not us. We are not.
I'm not Abby Lee.
Does anybody have any questions, or do we want to just see the dancing first, and then we'll
show them the dancing.
Let's do dancing
We'll
first.
show them the dancing.
Okay, so we're going to start with Spring, which is Tira. Tira, you want to take off your jump? So Tira is 14 now. Tira, are you 14? Tira's been dancing with us since she was 5 years old. She is going to go to State Street Summer Intensive Ballet Program. She was accepted along with Alex. This is her second year. We are raising money for her tuition, Alex's money, in addition to Cinderella. So she is going to be doing the Spring Fairy. And we're going to apologize in advance because the variation is very fast. It's not the music we use in the studio. We are going to be performing on point these variations, but obviously with the carpet we couldn't do that here. Again, the show will be June 8th. We'll be at the Temple of Music and Art, Arizona Theater Company's show. And the next we have Sawilo. Sawilo is a sibling. We started with her older sister, and Sawilo is now the younger sister. The older sister has gone on and graduated college and went to Italy and did amazing things with her life. And Sawilo is a senior in high school now, and this is the fairy of
Where is this Sawilo?
Summer. Sorry, had a brain spasm there for a minute. So this is the Summer Fairy. So each of the fairies has fairy attendants, and each one of the fairies brings something for Cinderella. One brings her gloves, another brings her the dress, another brings her shoes. So that's what each one of these fairies, that's how it's different than the Disney version. Next we have the woodland fairies. So now this is Amaya and Arden. And Arden is an adult dancer. Arden, you're 23? 22, and Arden's special needs dog is here to watch her performance. And Amaya, again, is a sibling. So her sister is over there, and we're working on the little boys to join us at some point. So without further ado, this is the Fairy of the Woodland, and this is a work in progress. So. Okay, next up would actually be our winter fairy, but she didn't make it today. She was in a
She got in a fender bender last night, and I just got a text from her mom that her neck and it's yeah. So sorry she can't be here tonight.
So this is Alondra. Alondra, you are 13? 14. And Alondra is going to be doing the fairy of autumn or fall. Hang on one second. Sorry, I'm not musically inclined.
Hold up, she was lucky, because you know why? Y'all didn't notice it, huh? Her glasses almost fell off. Y'all didn't notice it, huh? Y'all didn't notice it, huh? So what we do is in Dancing Street, if something like that happens, we don't say, oh, because we tell them, if something happens, if they make a mistake, don't show the mistake, because you're an audience. If her glasses would have fell off, I would have been like this. What is she going to do? Is she going to stop and pick up her glasses? Or is she going to continue her dance without her glasses?
Well, this is a good teaching opportunity. We have continued to tell her in class that there is a band, a rubber band that needs to attach to her glasses.
Well, no, it's not,
it's
not even that.
It's a nice teaching lesson for her to see why we say that.
Basically, what we say, because, you know, we always, as dancers, we try to strive for perfection, especially in a show. But you know how most shows, there's only one thing that's going to be out of your element that you cannot control. So that's what we teach them, that, yeah, even though life will throw you something, but if you get through it, you'll be all right.
Yeah, we don't train them to get flustered by imperfection. Imperfection exists in life. And that is not, you're never going to reach perfection, although as dancers we struggle with trying to be the most perfect dancer we can be. But you just know, we know every performance there will be something, some costume malfunction, something, to pick yourself up and keep going. The audience does not know the choreography, so unless we tell you that we've screwed up, you won't know. Okay, next we have a special comedy. So this is Alex. Alex, again, is going to State Street Summer Intensive Program in California, Santa Barbara, and he started with us only 2.5 years? 2.5 years ago?
This is my year and a half.
Year and a half, and again, he's 19?
Yeah.
19, so he just graduated, and we're trying to send him there as well. This is one of the Ugly Stepsisters, and you're going to have to use a little bit of imagination. I guess Joey will be the prince for the moment. So this is at the ball, the Ugly Stepsisters variation.
Face the audience a little bit more.
Come on out, students, take a bow. So keep moving it down together. Everybody together, go take a bow. Ladies first, go forward. Ladies, take a bow together. Big bow. Red arms together. Ladies, move back. So are there any questions after this presentation?
That was fantastic.
Well, it'll be more fantastic when you see the costuming, the staging, the lighting, the makeup. See, what we do is, I usually try to get community leaders to dance in the show, and it's not the show. The show is backstage. All the chaotic mess, anything that can possibly go wrong. So, yeah, this is the first year, the first time probably in 5 years we have done a spring show. Our spring show, full length.
Yeah, we did Cinderella in 2017,
Right.
And then we were here before that with Sleeping Beauty, which was a full length,
Right.
with Civic Orchestra as well. So there was a question.
I had a question about.
If I remember correctly, there was also an educational component with this. Kids had to keep their grades up in order to be. Could you speak about that a minute?
Well, what we do is more than just ballet. We do definitely encourage higher education and focus on grades and school. So if we find a student, and this is where we rely on parents to let us know, to say, oh, this student is not doing well, and we say, okay, if you want to perform, you're going to have to keep your grades up. You're going to have to study. Because part of being a dancer is knowing how to task yourself. We all, as they get older too, they have work, they have school, and they have dance. And you have to learn how to prioritize
Time management.
Time management.
Time management.
So we do teach them that, and it is a struggle for some students. We have a lot of students in our school that are ADHD, as well as special needs.
How do we find out about tickets for your show?
Well, our tickets are not available to purchase just yet, but you see the brochures. Our website is DITSAZ.org, and you will be purchasing them online or at the show. You can come the day of the show. We hope that you guys will have a caravan. It'll be Saturday, June 8th, one show at 2 p.m. show. And we will be having a special VIP package. I think it's $65. Will include early entry, a light dessert after the show, as well as a meet and greet with the stars, Ethan Price and Kayla Stodlin, our Cinderella. So you can have photo opportunity. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Oh. Thank you, Swallow.
You know who would be a big fan of your ensemble?
Who's
Mick
that?
Jagger from the Rolling Stones.
Mick Jagger?
Mick has kept himself fit. He's now 80, by practicing in a ballet environment.
Hey, if you've got his number and get him here,
He's the king of rock and roll at this time, and he's also a ballet aficionado.
I have a question. You spoke about, I believe, 2 of your dancers who were going to some sort of a summer program, and you were talking about sponsorship. How much does it cost to send each student?
Well, I'm so glad you asked that question.
I am not
Alex
planning.
and Kira, it's $6,000 a piece for tuition and lodging, and it's a 4-week program. This is their 2nd year they've done it, and so they're raising money on their own. There's a GoFundMe page, I think, for both of them. In addition, we just had a St. Patrick's Day fundraiser. I think we'll have something else, another food raiser. But we are also raising money for Cinderella. So it's about $39,000 for the production and $6,000 apiece for their tuition. I'm sure their parents tonight, you want to stand up? Anybody that wants to make any contributions to Kira, she's here. Or Chacha can take donations if you are so moved, you know.
Thank you.
Along the same lines, if a student can't afford tuition for your school, are there scholarships? Are there...
So about 80% of our students are on some kind of a scholarship. There's either a full scholarship or there is a partial scholarship, which means I love ballet and I want to take more than once a week, but my family can't afford it. So we say, go ahead and take the classes that you want.
There's also we pay tuition, some of it, but we never finish it out. So everybody's on some kind of scholarship. We rely on individual donors, grants, foundations, anybody that wants to leave us a huge inheritance in their will, we would gladly accept that. No, we've had 2 major donors
that has happened to us.
Our season last year was left by a generous donor of $50,000 in her will. So that sustained us for a whole year of Nutcracker production and kids that were not able to afford tuition. In addition to tuition, we do tights, shoes, hair accessories. The girls and Alex are on point, so if they can't afford point shoes, which are about $100 a piece, we purchase that. We do more than just ballet lessons. We have kids that come to class and their eyes are dilated and you can tell their blood sugar's dropping. They say, when's the last time you ate? Oh, I had breakfast at 9 in the morning. It's now 3 o'clock in the afternoon or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So we really are supporting a community of Dancing in the Streets Arizona Family. And I have to have my parents stand up and take a bow because we would not be able to do it without all of their support. Maria, stand up! Maria! Not only are they helping with their own kids, they transport kids back and forth. For the summer intensive, Tanaya drove a bunch of the kids in California, checked in on them. If somebody needs a ride to go home, I mean, they are definitely a big part of our success. is they go above and aboard. Those that do not have family support, they are there for them. Any other questions?
Yes, ma'am.
How many students do you have altogether?
Right now we're about 80 students, and we start at age 5 and go all the way up to adult. I have tried to start a senior ballet class for many, many years. It hasn't really gone anywhere, but I keep trying. Yes?
Are you eligible for Arizona tax credit?
No, unfortunately we're not. We're a 501c3 nonprofit, so we're federal tax exempt, but not state. State requires that you be providing a direct service and get money from the community block grant, which we do not.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the only 2 instructors, or do you have other instructors?
2 instructors, 2 staff members.
We are the janitors. We are the
Dr. Phil, janitor.
From time to time, we have volunteer
Security.
teachers that come from either graduate students of the U of A over the past. We have some guest instructors that we've danced with that come in and teach workshops, but primarily, yes, on day-to-day operations, it's just Joey and I. We do everything. We have 1 part-time accountant and a board of directors. Anything else? Well, I'm going to say thank you so much for having us here. Thank you for all your support over the years. Thank you for the delicious meal. We were not expecting that. So I would say, kids, go ahead and take your skirts off, put your clothes on, and go get your chocolate. Thank you again, and I hope everybody has a wonderful holiday season coming up.
And I want to let you know there is soup on the table at your exit, so if you want to take some home, it's in to-go box.